Hello everyone, my name is Sky Slash and I want to welcome you back into our Let's Look At series. So today we are going to be taking a look at Blacklight Retribution Ice Storm. This is a free first-person shooter that is available on the PlayStation 4 that you can get from the store that is based around microtransactions. It's kind of a good thing, mainly a bad thing, but it kind of depends on how you look at the whole microtransaction thing. Now, the game itself is a really good game. It's really solid. We're going to take this into two different videos. This video is going to be based on the customization, settings, everything like that aspect of the game. The next video is going to be gameplay. So if you want to skip directly to gameplay, go ahead and pause this video, close this video out, and then check the next video, which is going to be about the gameplay. This is all customization. The first thing I want to touch on is something I think is really great with this game. Settings menu. When you go into the settings menu, go into general here, there are a lot of options. Now you see I've turned the music off because the music is kind of loud for right now. I may turn it back on in the next video just to see how it affects with the gameplay. But it's really extensive. You can cap the FPS, which is really good. There's a lot of things in the game section as far as what you want the game to actually look like. You can change the HUD. You can do a lot of things in here. Crosshair, this is when you're not aiming down sights, but when you're hip firing, it gives you a little crosshair when you're playing. That's what this is for. There is a control aspect where you can do aim assist, things like that, look sensitivity, all these different things. And it's really good, one thing here with the look sensitivity, because you have two different dead stick zones. You have a left stick and a right stick dead zone. And it's really good. It's really good. The one thing that really surprised me, you can rebind all of your controls. So let's say I don't want melee to be circle. I want it to be R3. I hit here, I press what button I want it to be. Now it's R3 and it automatically swapped my crouch, which was circle, to R3. It's awesome. I really do. Instead of having to choose from preset loadouts, you can actually change everything. You can change everything, which is awesome. I love it. It's almost PC level. This is like PC level for a console, which is great. It really is. Now, the bad part about the customization. Well, let me start with the good part. The good part is there's a lot of things you can do. You can change your weapon. You see all these different things that you can change on your weapon. You see all these things you can change on your secondary as well as your secondary. You have armor upgrades from the head, chest, lower body. You can get trophies. You get change all of your gear. You have depots, which is kind of like, I want to say kill streaks, but there's an in-game when you're playing the game currency that you can use called CP to purchase these different things. You only get CP while you're in the game, and when you're in the game, you can only purchase those things while you're in the game. So, as you can see here, you can get like a flamethrower, a rocket launcher, or even a mech suit. And this mech suit is absolutely nuts. This thing is crazy. And it costs a lot, but if you can get it, it's crazy. You have character customization, emblem, you can change your voices, taunts, different things like that. Gender. I mean, it's really good, but then you come into the part where a lot of this is gated by real money transactions, and I'll show you what I mean. There's two different currencies that you use to purchase upgrades for either yourself or for the weapons that you have in the game. Those two types of currency are GP and Starbucks, or not Starbucks, but Zcoin. Starbucks is something we'll actually take a look at later in another game. The GP is what you earn in game. It's the blue currency. It's the one you see underneath my name at the top right. That is GP in the diamond and blue. The Z coin is what you purchase real time in game, or not real time in game. It's what you purchase with real money. So let's say I like this loadout. I don't want to change this loadout, and this is an example of what happens. Let's say I like this loadout. I don't want to change this loadout. I want to play another loadout. I hit R2. I have to purchase another loadout only with Z-Coin. The only option it gives you is with Z-Coin. You cannot purchase this with GP. To give a different example, let's say this rifle. I really want to Like I just hit level 3, I want to purchase this submachine gun here. I click on it here. You see all these different options. I can permanently unlock it with Z-Coin. I can permanently unlock it with GP. Or if I just want to try it out, not spend that much, I can do 1 day of Z-Coin, 1 day of GP. And it literally gives you 24 hours. It actually gives you a timer starting at 24 hours. Same goes with upgrades. So I have my gun here. Let's say I want to put on a different magazine. I want to use a different magazine. Let's say I wanted to use drum mag for whatever reason. I go down here. I cannot permanently unlock this upgrade with GP. I have to use Z-Coin. That's where it kind of gets a little bit on the microtransaction-y side, because if you find that weapon you like, you find that weapon you love, and you want to keep that weapon, and you want to keep that loadout, you will have to spend real-world money in order to keep it. And even with some of the weapons, and I'll show you here, we go all the way down to the bottom. Let's say I hit level 69, and I want to purchase this weapon. I cannot permanently purchase this weapon with GP. And you are level gated, by the way, as well. That's the 69. But I can permanently unlock this weapon with Z-Coin. So if I'm level 1 and I want to purchase this weapon, I can do that. And that's another one of those things that a lot of people go into say as like pay to win, in a sense. There's not too, I mean, there's a few more weapons that are like that as I'm going through here. I really want this anti-material rifle. That thing looks sweet. Crossbow or compound bow. There's a lot of them that you can't purchase permanently with Z-Coin. Well, not Z-Coin, but GP. But there are some that you can. The only ones I've seen so far have been the starting ones. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't know for sure if... Because even when, before I hit level 3, when this was unlocked, it showed me that I could permanently unlock it with GP, but it kept a gate. Like, let's go down, like light machine gun. You see where it has the lock, where it has the 1-day trial. I can't select that because I'm not at the level cap. So, but I could still see that with the submachine gun. Now, I don't know if you get higher level, if you're able to unlock these things with GP, to do a permanent unlock with GP, but at the moment it looks like you can't. And if need be, I can do an annotation or follow up to determine if I need to change any of that later. But again, this is kind of a first look at the game without going too in depth. You have your sidearms you can change. Now, the one thing I can say about this is, even if you rent, it's kind of a good thing. We'll kind of put this into perspective. The biggest first-person shooter out there is Call of Duty. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say it's the best. I love Call of Duty, but I'm not going to say it's the best. But it is a shooter that is really popular that everyone purchases. It's $60. There's a lot of people that purchase Call of Duty only for multiplayer. They will never touch the campaign, the story that they have, which is most of the time god-awful. They will never touch that campaign. They will never touch any external modes that they have, as far as like zombies or exo zombies or survival, any of that. They won't touch it. They'll only play multiplayer, and they'll spend $60 to play multiplayer. That, with this game, depending on how you look at it, can be a good thing or a bad thing with the microtransactions. Because if you get this game, you try it out, you get it for free. You don't, and there's a lot of people, kind of going back to the same Call of Duty thing, there's a lot of people that don't like the newer Call of Duties and spent $60 on it, and they can't get their $60 back. With this, you can try it, you can play it, you don't have to spend real money on it. If you like what you play, and you're going to play it for a while, you have that option. You have that availability. So what you can do is, you can find that weapon you like. You can find that loadout you like, the customization level you like. Spend that money to purchase that customization, that weapon, that everything there, and you're set. And you can probably even come out cheaper. Come out cheaper than $60. You could probably spend $30 and get what you want, and have the full experience of Call of Duty S first-person shooter multiplayer gameplay at half the price, or even no price. There's a lot of people on here that don't pay to play this game, and they have that option. It's there. You could play this completely for free if you wanted to. It's encouraged you purchase things, but you don't have to, because they don't gate you by saying you have to purchase something in order to play, which is really good. And it's a decent game. It really is. It's a really good first-person shooter from my perspective. It has really fun gameplay. And I'm just going to show you, I'm not going to pop into a game right now, but if we go to like playlist here, you'll see the different game modes. Capture the flag, team deathmatch, regular deathmatch, onslaught. I don't know what play as you go all holodeck is, because I haven't gotten that yet. It says lots of different rules, but I'll see what that's about later. Kill confirm, domination, search and destroy. And then they even have this to where you can actually check out a map that they're making as a work in progress and give feedback on it. You can give them feedback on whether or not that you think this map is good. Is there a special spot that somebody can hide in that is just god awful? You can let them know. You can kind of help in the creation of these different maps and go from there. And as you can see, it has a lot of maps. Like if you look here, there's 10 maps available at search and destroy depending on which playlist you want to play. There's 10 different maps, and you can toggle between these playlists. 11 maps for domination, 12 maps for kill confirmed. And there's only one holodeck, but I'm sure that changes. 5 maps for onslaught, 12 maps for deathmatch. I mean, there's a really good variety in this. 12 maps, that's base game plus DLC for a lot of first-person shooters that you don't have to pay anything for. And I mean, I keep stressing that, I keep saying that, but you don't have to pay anything for this, which is awesome. But you have the option to. And I personally believe if you can get multiple hours of enjoyment out of this as you do with Call of Duty, why not spend some money on it? You don't have to spend all of it at one time. You can purchase the Z coin in spurts. You can purchase it at different points, but you have the option. And I personally believe in supporting any game that allows you fun, that allows you to have fun. Where the microtransactions hit hard for me is when you have a game that you purchase at either half or full price from retail, and then you have microtransactions. This isn't like that. I feel differently on games like this because you don't have to go into that if you don't want to. You can try it, you can try it. If you like it, then you can purchase. So we're going to get into some gameplay. Not going to be in this video. It's going to be in the next video. So if you want to check that out, stick around. It'll be coming up right after this one. And again, if you enjoy the content, like, favorite, subscribe, all the social things. I really enjoy any feedback, any support that you give me. It's been a really good run so far, and we're going to continue to keep going. So check out the next video. Again, this is Sky Slash, and I'll catch you in the next one.